Hello everyone and welcome to FormulaXbox Brazil, brought to you by F1Race26.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to FormulaXbox round 20 of season 6. It's the penultimate round, folks. It's the all-important Brazilian Grand Prix that could have an enormous bearing on this championship fight. RBZ can't make it for this one, but Luke needs a monumental race to be able to take this all the way down to the showdown at Abu Dhabi in a week's time. In short, after RBZ's fantastic race in Mexico last time out, where he bagged a commanding victory, Luke has at least managed to take it down to the final 2 rounds and needs 23 points from this one if he's going to take it all the way to Abu Dhabi. However, there's already been drama, even on Saturday here, as Luke managed to qualify P3 on the grid, only to be demoted to 8th by the stewards, who gave him a penalty for an illegal incident in qualifying, which means he starts P8 today. So a lot of work for Luke to do. He basically needs to finish in the top 2 to give himself a fighting chance in this one and hope that he can get some points for fastest lap. In fact, I'm hearing now he actually, given his penalty, is going to need to finish first in this one. He's going to need to win the race to be able to take the fight all the way to the showdown. So, fascinating stuff in qualifying. It's Liam who actually bagged pole position on a 1:10.474. SRL Height, one of the reserves, just behind him on the grid in second. As you can see, there is Luke in 8th place. What can he do from there? He's got to somehow salvage a victory from this race to prevent RBZ's day from being a very, very good one indeed, as we've got 4 and 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Well, at least several cars get away, but a few of them are bogged down there dramatically. 2 illegal overtakes apparently for Luke. That could have a big bearing. He's up to 3rd already, but he's going to surely take a penalty for that one, and it will probably be in the form of a 5-second penalty. No, he's pulling over to let some cars through, but he's letting several cars pass, but he gets a 5-second stop-go penalty there. Drops all the way to 10th, so it's the worst case scenario here for Luke. He's lost positions on that one, and he's got a 5-second stop go to serve at his pit stop as well. So his upward struggle today has been made even harder, and well, it's such drama at the start there. You see several drivers got bogged down. I'm not entirely sure why Luke got his penalty, to be fair. I think it was probably because of the glitch of the game, and numerous people were starting at such different times in that sequence there. It seemed like some people were bolted on 3 lights while others were still having to wait for another 2 to light up. There's such a big lag start, and as you can see behind it, caused absolute carnage. You did not want to be starting from the back in that one, as we saw a couple of manners there, SRL-Payne and Cushion Gamer, both round. And yeah, Drastic Midget with absolutely nowhere to go, just slammed into the back of the manor. And he too had the same glitch as what Luke had, so he has to give the place to Sinan on this occasion in the Renault. And seeing from Sinan's perspective now, he was one of those that just about missed that manor. I don't know how he squeezed past the Cushion Gamer, who'd exited stage right there. So fantastic reactions from Sinan. Did well to not lose a piece of his front wing there, and you can see it's all getting very claustrophobic up ahead. But here comes Luke now on his comeback. He's heading up the hill towards turn 7 now. Late on the brakes, nearly hits the back of Sam, but dispatches KGibbs with relative ease after the Red Bull went wide. Now, as you can see up ahead, we've got Kev in P6, Maestro 7th, Sam 8th, who goes defensive into Bico de Pato. Luke tried to look down the inside, but had to bail out of it late on. He's on the outside from Magulio, but that's very tricky round there, and thinks better of it. He needs to win, but he doesn't need a binnet, and just as I say that, hits the back of Sam's Ferrari there. And Sam, whoa, big moment for Sam on the exit of Junchao. Luke hits him. Luke's lost his front wing. Oh, you would not believe it. Hollywood scriptwriters could not come up with this stuff, as Luke is now in the wall, in the wars in fact, and has got such a, well, if he can come back and win this race now, then he deserves every bit of the championship that he will at least give himself a fighting chance of winning. And we see more drama there as Midge and what looked like Comundo came together there. Midge just about squeezing into the pit lane. I think the stewards will let him off that one. He did cross the line on the way in, but rather exceptional circumstances, you could say. So, end of lap 1, we've got numerous drivers having to box for repairs this early on. There's several cars, maybe 5 or 6 in the pits at the moment, as we see prototypbudgie, as the McLaren boys go to work, is actually being held because both Manners have pitted in front of him. So you don't often see that, but it's such a tight pit lane here at Interlagos that they've really been caught out there at McLaren. and the Manners have certainly put a bit of a block on prototypbudgie there. Will not be happy about that one at all, but not a lot that could have been done really, as Casey Legend scythed his way past Sam. We saw him going wide at turn 1, so Casey is not just Luke who's on a fight back for Toro Rosso. Casey's on a charge as well, as we see Kev now. He has Maestro going around the outside of him. Brilliant move there from Maestro if he can pull that one off, but it looks like Kev's got the high ground. No, Maestro picked up great traction coming out of the Skido de Largo and says, thank you very much, Kev, I shall snatch that P6 away from you. So Kev dropping down the field like a stone. He had a fantastic qualifying, getting up to P5, which of course earned him a qualifying point after the stewards looked at the qualifying incidents and deemed what they needed to as far as penalties were concerned. As we see Sam goes wide there, takes the Alonso line through turn 1, and it's all gone wrong for Kev, who you saw there off on the right. Maybe had a bit of contact, or maybe just spun off on his own accord on the exit of turn 2. It would be interesting to see from his perspective exactly what happened there. But as you see Sam and Worthy do battle now, and Worthy bails out of it into turn 4. I thought he was going to have a move there, but obviously not on this occasion, as we see potentially this is that replay I was talking about, and we'll see how Kev ended up in the barriers. So he's going side by side through turn 1 with Casey, takes a pretty and just tags the Toro Rosso. It looked like he just understeered coming out of turn 2, straightened up the wheel potentially as well, thinking that Casey was going to be clear of him, and in actual fact he wasn't. So yeah, just strange. Kev just seemed to straighten up the wheel at the wrong time there, and that meant that Casey could breathe a sigh of relief for at least a moment, as Sinan is suddenly on his case as well. So he's managed to ward off the battle in ElusiveKev, but now he's got Sinan's Renault all in his mirrors, and you can't exactly miss that Renault in your mirrors either. Hence the yellow is pretty bright on that thing. As we see Comundo now and SRL-Payne, two of those drivers who are heavily affected by that lag start down in P13 and 14, and we're certainly not used to seeing these guys this far down the field, but at least for the moment, on his medium compound tyres versus Comundo's hard tyres, SRL-Payne has the advantage. And as we go on board with Luke now down in P15 on lap 5, so a lot of ground to make up, and he's dropped it again. He's collided with Kev, and it's all going so very wrong here. For another 5-second stop go for Luke. So he's all but confirmed the championship for RBZ, unless we have some exceptional circumstances in this race that could turn this thing around. He needs a safety car of some sort, but Luke just doesn't seem. Yeah, he just loses it on the way out of turn 4, and Kev has nowhere to go. But Luke just doesn't seem to be in the right place today, and it seems to be in the wrong place of the track everywhere he goes. And speaking of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, SRL-Payne has a big moment there, slams into the wall, just about survives, but I'm not entirely sure how his manners managed to drive away from that one. They certainly build him strong at Banbury, as we see Drastic Devil now dragging up the hill, and he's got Casey Legend in his tow. So he's trying to fiddle around with his strategy, but Casey's looking to go to the inside. I think Drastic Devil wants to pit, but Casey just muscles his way through there. Drastic Devil loses it, tags Maestro. Maestro's gone round, and it's absolute carnage on the pit straight there. So Drastic Devil wanted to box. Casey was having none of it, wanting to go down the inside. The two of them didn't really communicate that very well. Drastic Devil ends up nearly pushing Casey into the pit lane. Casey just about keeps it out of the pit wall, but as Drastic Devil comes back onto the road, Maestro is collected and has a big moment. So he nearly held it, to be fair to Maestro. Good effort from him, but couldn't quite keep it out of the wall, and that is his race over, as his Williams lost a wheel in that incident. So drama for Maestro there. I'm sure he won't be happy with that one, but to be fair, Devil was caught out by Casey. I mean, in hindsight, he maybe should have backed out, but it's always tricky, and it's always, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and hindsight is 20/20, as they say. But we'll wait and see what the stewards have to say as Drastic Midget goes down the inside of Comundo. The two of them touch again. It's like Austin all over again for those two as they come to blows. I think Comundo's got away with it, and Drastic Midget has certainly come off worst party there. As we see Luke on his fight back now, Drastic Midget not putting up any sort of defence at all, allows Luke the free pass. And Luke's still got a long way to go, and we need a lot of those if he's going to get up to the first place position that he needs to keep this championship alive heading to Abu Dhabi. RBZ not competing today, but no doubt watching this with eagle-eyed, wondering if he's going to take his first FormulaXbox crown in the most bizarre of circumstances, having not actually been here on the day he is crowned, if that is indeed to happen. We'll see what Luke can do in the remainder of this race, as Comundo and Sam now battling for P10 and 11. We don't often see these guys this low down. As you saw Drastic Midget there in a bit of grief on the exit of turn 2, or the exit of turn 3 I should say, in between turn 3 and 4, as we see Sam now on the back of Comundo. He can't get any closer to the force in there. He's going to have the outside for 5, He'll do well to make this work, and no, he has to tuck in behind. But he may have a go into 7. No, can't quite make that stick either. But now a lap later, he's in the drag, in the DRS once again. He goes to the inside this time of Kamundo. Kamundo seems to have no defence for Sam. Straight line speed there. DRS enabled, of course, as well. And Sam has gone cruising past Kamundo. So, up in P10 now. Kamundo in P11. And these guys are going to hope to score some more points than that, you'd imagine, based on their track records in FormulaXbox Season 6. Both of them flying high in the championship. Not quite in the championship fight, but at times this season they've looked like they could well have been, had scenarios and had situations gone their way more often. As we see, Kamundo's not going to take this one lying down, though he's coming back at Sam. But of course, we've already seen it's pretty much single file going up the hill. But Kamundo hasn't got the memo about that. The two of them have tagged there. And that, to be fair, is I'm laying that blame for that one right at Kamundo's doorstep. That's just a needless accident to have. There was no way he was going to make it through there. And unfortunate to see those guys spinning out in the end of what looked like it was going to be a pretty tasty battle. But Sam's come off better in any case. Kamundo seemed to be a lot further back after the incident than he certainly was before. As we see our pole sitter Liam up at P2 now, and I'm sure he'll still be in a position potentially to fight for this victory, given his pace he showed us at least in qualifying. As we see Drastic Devil now battling it out with the Ferrari behind that looks to me like it's Sam. And will he be able to hold him off? That's the big question. Sam jinxed the inside there. Sam up the inside. I thought he was going to box him for a minute. He was in the pit entry, but just making a move on Drastic Devil. As we see, he goes down the inside. And in fact, now I'm hearing that's actually SRL height. Difficult to see on the broadcast view, but SRL height makes the move anyway on Drastic Devil. Goes up to P6, but of course, height is a reserve. And KGibbs has apparently already let height through. And Drastic Devil definitely putting up more of a fight to the Ferrari. And he's got up the inside there into turn 4. That was never on. Such a late move there from Drastic Devil. In fact, I don't even think it was a move. I think it was more a... we're going to see a replay of it now. I think it was more a late break that turned into an avoidance of an accident in the end. So yeah, he just got on the brakes way too late. Tried to make something out of it. And did well to hold it, to be fair. That was a good save from him on turn 4. And as we see now, Luke from P11 pits for Toro Rosso. So the two Red Bulls look like they're about to do battle. We've got the championship contender in the pit lane. The championship contender for how much longer? That's the big question here. And what tyres is he going to put on? Is he going to go for the hard compound and try and make it to the end of this race? He's going to serve his 5-second penalty, that is for sure. And looks to me like the Toro Rosso boys have got another set of hard tyres ready. Yes, they have. So Luke, as he examines the state of play in this race on the race director, has switched to the hard compound tyres and should probably be able to make those go to the very end of this one. As we see now, lap 19, K Gibbs, who's still trying to trace down Drastic Devil, has got Worthy all over the back of him, and this battle is for P8 and P9 at the moment. Worthy cuts to the outside there, he's got DRS of course, and he makes the move stick before turn 1. K Gibbs with absolutely no answer to the Mercedes there. Straight line speed, of course, with the DRS active was in Worthy's favour, and K Gibbs tends to know when a fight isn't worth fighting. He probably bails out of fights a little bit too often, in all fairness, but has let Worthy go on this occasion. Steals a cheeky bit of DRS on the way to turn 4, but can't make a move anyway. And here we go, Worthy in between the two Red Bulls now, and he's towing K Gibbs up to Drastic Devil's rear end as well. So it's Drastic Devil P7, Worthy P8, K Gibbs in 9th place, and the car behind as well looks like it's Kamundo in 10th, of course. Sam seems to have pitted, so he's out of this fight for now, and Kamundo has cruised up to the back of these guys. So what is going to happen here? Worthy's going to have DRS on Drastic Devil. Surely Devil's going to be a sit and duck as they head towards turn 1. He's taken a defensive line. Worthy's made this outside line work against K Gibbs just a lap previous. Is he going to make it work against the other Red Bull as well? No, he gets on the grass on the way into turn 1. That's a big moment there. All out of shape through 1. And now K Gibbs is going to be all over the back of Drastic Devil as they head now through turn 3 and down to turn 4. K Gibbs has indeed made the move there. We missed it on camera, but K Gibbs is now the Red Bull ahead of Drastic Devil. Now the question is, on lap 21 of 36, is he going to box? And what tyres is he going to put on, crucially? We've seen that Luke has had to go for the hard tyres. Now that K Gibbs has got that bit of extra stint length, can he go to mediums? He's not even going to pit. It's Worthy and Drastic Devil who are doing battle now. So Worthy's still going to go down the inside of Drastic Devil into 1. Nearly hits the back of K Gibbs. In fact, I think he did hit the back. Yes, he did indeed. So Worthy's out of shot there. And as you can see, he's recovering now, but he got him way too hot. Misjudged his braking totally and hit the back of K Gibbs. So as he's tried to make the move, and yeah, view from ElusiveKev's perspective. It's actually Kev who's behind these guys, not Comundo, in fact. Apologies, folks. So from Kev's perspective there, we saw Worthy just overcooked it into one, hit the back of KGibbs, and the move on one Red Bull turned into being passed and demoted by both of them. So as we see, Sam now pits from what was a low point scoring position and has become a non-point scoring position, but of course he will be going to the end on those tyres. It'll be interesting to see what he can do from there. P10 now for Luke, the championship protagonist, who's now at least in the point scoring position but needs to make up another 9 places and get to the sharp end. As we see KGibbs now and Drastic Devil side by side heading towards turn 4. Who's going to come out on top? Looks like it's Devil for now, who moves up to P7, demotes KGibbs. He runs wide though, and that's going to allow KGibbs a bit of a sniff on the way up to turn 5 as we cut now back to what is the key moments of the championship. Lap 36 of 36, the final lap. We've got quite a train building behind KGibbs. Drastic Devil was out of this race, disqualified earlier on, so it's KGibbs in 5th, Worthy 6th, Luke in 7th, and 7th will not do it for him. Casey Legend has crossed the line and won this Brazilian Grand Prix. RBZ though, crucially, is the Season 6 champion. Luke couldn't quite take the fight all the way to Abu Dhabi. RBZ has been phenomenal all season. Luke as well has been phenomenal. If only Luke's luck had been a little bit better in the opening rounds, he could so easily have not only taken it to Abu Dhabi, but even may have had a chance of stealing the championship glory away from the Haas driver. Worthy drops back there momentarily. Luke up to P6 now, but of course it's still not going to be enough for him. It'll be interesting to see where he finishes after penalties. P5 for Luke in the Toro Rosso. Tremendous effort for him to try and, I mean, at one point it was P15 after a dreadful start to the race. Dreadful qualifying session, in fact, as well. As we see Sam noted earlier, we could go to the end on those mediums. Comes across the line for P9, so a decent last stint for Sam there as well, made up a few positions. So it's crucially Casey Legend, his 3rd win of the season. A crucial win for Toro. Ironically, it's Casey who's finished first for the Toro Rosso, and for Toro Rosso it's the wrong driver in P1, but in terms of the championship. But it's Casey first on this day, with Sinan second. Monster in P3 as well, his first FormulaXbox podium, so a great result for Monster. And of course a cracking result today for the man who's not even here, but ultimately becomes Season 6 champion. Joins the likes of Alex Stock, RLSTRM and others in the pantheon of FormulaXbox greats and FormulaXbox world champions. So you see there, 335 points for RBZ. Luke on 37 points adrift now. Will not be able to claw that back in Abu Dhabi. So it'll be a race between those two at the end to see who can take the final race and the final bit of glory in Season 6. But as far as the championship goes, RBZ has won it. And with 7 race victories, he certainly is a deserving champion. Casey Legend in 3rd now, actually draws closer to the top 2, just 79 points adrift of the championship lead now. And of course Toro Rosso have had the championship, the Constructors' Championship I should say, sewn up for quite some time now. Sam in P4 on 184 points. Difficult day for him today, and that means Sinan on 179 after his 2nd place finish today and a fantastic drive from him is now right on the back of the Ferrari man in what is a battle that is really hotting up for P4 in the championship. But of course, next time out, it's our final race of the season. It's Abu Dhabi, and while the championship has been sewn up, that probably means that Abu Dhabi is going to be an even more entertaining spectacle than FormulaXbox usually is, as none of the drivers have anything to lose. It's all about the battle for the final glory of the Season 6 campaign. And obviously everyone wants to give themselves a bit of a springboard, a bit of a leg up into Season 7, where obviously a few drivers will hope they can probably take the fight to Luke. RBZ, of course, isn't going to defend his championship. He's not competing in Season 7, so Luke will be hoping that he can claw back the title he earned in Season 5 next time out next season. But for now, at least, RBZ, folks, is your new FormulaXbox champion. And Luke, despite a valiant effort here today, couldn't quite prevent RBZ's Champagne Sunday. So, from me, thanks very much for watching, and until Abu Dhabi, we shall see you very soon. Goodbye.